Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's Paint with Josh. We're back in the studio with you tonight. Man, doesn't the background just look amazing? Holy shaving cream, you guys. Look at the background around the easel. It's all different and fabulous. Oh, just love it. All right, let's get a couple more colors. We're going to get our little Meaden color. We'll probably use some of our dioxazine purple as well. And we'll do like a pinky purpley ocean scene, just because we haven't done one in a while. We've been stuck in the forest doing all these sunsets and such. Right? So let's get a crazy old ocean scene going with you guys. Now, the very first thing we're going to do is take one of our brushes, take our liquid clear. There it is. We're going to cover our whole dry canvas right now. Gotta cover your canvas, otherwise it just doesn't work, or you just have to put on way too much paint. Right, so we take our clear, crisscross it, push a little harder so it drops off the brush, right? However you want to do it, get it to spread out just as thinly as you possibly can. Now, you guys gotta let me know where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich? And by the time I get done doing this, my arm is gonna feel like it's gonna fall off. So, what are you guys up to on a Saturday night? It's amazing. Oh my goodness. The weekend, literally, my arm's already getting tired. Literally the best part of the week, right? Coming and hanging out with old Paint with Josh on a Saturday night. Literally scrub it. And you can see if you don't scrub it in just as well, you get these odd patches of dryness. You can't have that. You gotta have them be all the same amount of wet. So, get your brush with a lot of pressure, right, and spread that paint out. You should not have to go back and get more. What we did should be enough to spread it just as thinly as you possibly can, all the way across until we can connect the dots. Now look, oh, just because I went across it once, does that mean that it's fully covered? No. You gotta cover that area and make sure that all that clear gets massaged into all of these little pores of our canvas. And you'll be able to see when you're sitting there and you're up close. You'll be able to be like, ooh, there's a dry spot. Get that guy some more, come over here. You'll be able to feel it too. The more you do it, the more you'll be able to feel the difference, whether or not one area has enough or too much of the liquid clear base coat. It's very much like linseed oil. Damn, my arm is tired already. Very much like linseed oil. You just want to spread it very evenly, very thinly across the entire canvas surface. Bang! Now, once we get there and we're all done, look at these freaking panels, by the way. You guys should be able to shop these panels right through the live. I don't know how to do it. Don't ask. Don't ask how, but you should be able to shop these wall panels. They're like $50 for one 30-pack, and I got 2 of them just to be able to do my whole wall back here. So right through the TikTok shop, guys, wherever that is. It's like down here, this is up here. I have no idea. I have no clue where it is. We're gonna take our paper towel, right? We're gonna wipe off all this excess clear because we don't even know. We don't need that much, right? But it's very difficult to just put on the exact amount that you need without having any excess, even if you're old, ugly Paint with Josh, right? Now, let's get out here. Sorry, one more thing. Gotta put the lid on this guy. And then we'll get out here and do some painting, okay? Now that our canvas is all prepped and ready, you can go over to PaintWithJosh.com and find this guy on the homepage right off the bat. Okay, let's get in here and decide, what do we want to do as far as colors? Should we go green? Should we go blue and purpley bit? I think we already said the crimson-y purple. So, without giving too much away, let's go into our crimson paint right here. Pull it down, both sides of the brush, just like that. Out into wherever. You can literally shut your eyes and do it. Bang. Okay, cool. That's where it's going to be. Right? Push that paint until it spreads out, gets a little darker. Right? The more that you spread it against that dark paint, the dark black canvas, the more it will spread out and look a little bit more thin. Right? You don't need it to be too crazy. Just get a little bit of weirdness out there in the night. And then we'll go across it with our white and lighten it up. And if we're going to have a bit of that color, maybe in the eye of our wave. We're going to put our eye right there. big old crashing monster of an eye. Let's take a little bit of our color. We don't want it to get too big. Remember, too big is too nuts. Don't try to go past the half point of your canvas with your eye. You want to remain on the right-hand side. Okay, beyond that, maybe we had a little bit more of that crimson color just right in here. And then in between all these spaces, we'll go and fill it in with our purple, right? Take that dioxazine purple, maybe a little bit of our phthalo blue too, just a little touch. Watch this. Just a little smidge out there in the sky. Blend it in with that crimson-y color. You'll never even tell until you go across it, right? And if we're gonna do the blue there, why not have a little bit of blue backwater to our ocean? Okay? Just at the highest point of our eye, go straight across. That's all you need. Bang, little touch. A little bit, don't put too much. Let's go into our dioxazine purple. Try not to get my arm all purpley today. Into the dioxazine. You need a lot of this color, okay? You need a lot of it because it's a very dark color and it's hard to see and it's hard to stretch because it's a very thick color as well. Right? So you need a lot of it on your brush. Get it out there. Try to go in between our little areas, right? We're not trying to cover everything. Maybe we take a bit of that blue down in there too. Woo! We're sneaking it. We're sneaking the blue. You might not even ever notice. We just snuck some blue down in there, right? But this is a very vital part of our painting process, is getting all of these dark colors onto your black canvas to start. If you don't have these guys, then there's nothing to mix your color with when we hit it with white. And if you just put white on a bare black canvas, boy oh boy, that's not gonna be a good fun time for anybody. And a little bit more of our purple, just mixing it up, sliding it into different places, pushing it, mushing it, making sure it's all over. We got the blue, we got the crimson, we got everything. And the only thing we're really trying to leave bright is this eye. Even if you went across your sky, don't worry, it's totally fine. Right, let's wash this brush off, guys. Let's get in here and wash this old brush off. Now, I got one more thing to show you beyond the wall panels, right? I got a new pet. It's the cutest new pet you've ever seen. Yeah, it's just so helpful, this little guy, too. I love it. I love it. I named him Mickey. Do you want to see him? You want to see my new pet, Mickey? You got to type yes or no in the comments. Just if you want to see my new pet, Mickey. You got to say yes or no in the comments. That's all. That's all. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Mickey is my brand new mouse, guys. Look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? Oh, he's just fabulous. Again, this thing's like $12 in the TikTok shop. You guys need to shop through me right now, through this live. You can get this mouse for like 12 bucks, dude. It's got little buttons on the side. You got your right clickers, your adjustment. It's got buttons I don't even know what they do. And then you can change all the light patterns and everything, dude. I'm just so excited about it. I just had to show you guys for a quick second. It's like the things you get excited about when you're almost 40. You're like, oh, new mouse that like has its own light party? That's awesome. I know, I'm a child. I'm trying to hold on to my youth. Just trying to hold on, guys. A little bit of a light party mouse. All right, let's get in here with our color on our brush. Just a small little brush. Now that we have our purple and our crimson and our blue, if we rock some clouds down, not necessarily with those colors, but across them, right, then it will light up in 3 different places, hopefully. We don't want to have too much paint on the brush, right? So get down here, wiggle it off, brush off the whole rest of it so we don't have too much. And let's say we start up here and we come down into that purple. Excuse my hand. Into the crimson-y bit, pushing it up and out and into the blue. Get all these cool little things out there. Dump some color down, that way it'll change and move and roll through the night, right? However you want to have it. Obviously, we wouldn't leave the cloud looking like that. Not in your wildest, right? So we'll come back in with our 2-inch or your 1-inch brush, whatever you want, and just start mixing up with just the corner of the brush. Here we're not touching the whole brush to the canvas, it's just that one little cornery bit. And as we mix it, it starts to change and mix with all those dark undercolors that we put in. Right, all that crimson, all the purpley bits. Right, the more that you mush on it, the more soft it will become. It takes away all those brush strokes from our initial little fan brush application. Right, then you really want to push hard on it. You can give it a nice flat little butt. All up to you guys and how you want it to look. Right, maybe we had another little piece back in here because I just love playing around with skies. You take it from its brightest point, you bring it down to its darkest point, and then what happens? Bang, a whole nother little section. And this guy's a little flat little guy. Bang, right out in the night, right? We get to do whatever we want, making a mess, and you're like, oh no, I ruined it. What am I gonna do? There is no ruining it. Right? Come in here, there's no perfect shape to a cloud. How can one make a perfect cloud, right? In my opinion, it's a lot of imperfections make up the perfect cloud. Just in my own opinion. My own humble little opinion back there. Look at those cool little things, you guys. Neat little bits you can do. Right? What if we had one little float or one little puff? And he just comes down like this, sits in front of these guys. Bang, just a little, just from his one other side, kind of pushing back a little bit of those other clouds. Just by having a bit more brightness on our one side over here. Come in with our brush again, very lightly. We're not trying to mix it all so it's the same. Right? If we mix it all to the same, then we're not going to know what's what back here. Right? Take the bottom of this guy, make him real flat. Real flat. Got all this depth in our sky already, guys. You could take a bit and connect these two together, right? If you wanted to. Up to you guys what you do back there in the night. Right? All up to you guys. Hey guys. Alright, now that we're done with our sky section, we're bound about half the top of our, about halfway down our canvas here. We get a little bit more of our white, and let's start making some waves, man. Let's toss in just a little touch of a moustache. Right here. Right there. Right there. Boom. Little touch, right? Off of this guy, I'm going to just go straight back off to the side. Right? Very flat. Very low. You don't need to even brighten up the whole thing. Little bits, right? Off in the night. Very slightly over the tip top. Just so you have a little wiggle is all we're looking for. A little bit of a wiggle. You can even adjust the angle of your wiggle so it goes up a little bit more. Just like the waves we used to paint when we were kids, right? Super simple. You guys can do this part, I swear. I come in here a little bit more paint on our brush this time. So it's a little bit brighter, and let's say we just go right through the whole thing. Starting from above, right? Feeding this little guy basically straight horizontally back towards his little friend. Bang, just like that. Just a little bit of water coming into our next wave. This wave will go and crash over the side. Right? All the sound effects help, I'm telling you. If you don't make the sound effects, then what are you doing, man? Let's get in here with that white. Come back up, and let's just light up a little piece of eye. A little transparency, a place where the water gets very thin. Now we're going to switch to a 1-inch brush, just because we got a small little area in here. Right? As we mush on this little paint very softly, it's going to want to push it up into our other color, and that's a no, 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 guys. No go on the color touching, right? We can't have all this same bit of bright become the same bit of bright. You won't be able to tell the difference between anything, right? Start taking these guys, we can actually drag and push a little harder. That'll show you the shape of the wave that's gonna come down. Oof! I can't wait, you guys. I can't wait. Let's get over here, a little bit more of our paint. Remember, if you go to PaintWithJosh.com, you can grab this one. And what are we gonna do right after this show? We're gonna be watching the Glitterwick show over there. So, come up here. All we're gonna do is teeter-totter back and forth. Right? All I'm doing with my fingers, just like this, teeter-tottering, just with 2 fingers, okay? Helps if you've got a couple more. Kind of go like this, just for just to tell the painting what I think. And then for stability, right? So we'll come over here and grab it, and then fling it over to the side, just like that. Just between the 2 fingers, right? Each time that we go over, zip, 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 zip. It's gonna make it a bit brighter. We don't need to make it too crazy, right? And you could continue on down, getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller with your wave, which we've done in the past. But Josh likes an old heart shape, or someone recently called it a butt-shaped wave, which is what we're gonna do today. So we'll take our white paint, we'll come over here at a different angle, same motion that we did, right? Same thing, except we just started in a different place. Same thing, started in a different place. Come back here into our little center area, our little pivot point. We start rotating down and around. Now, does that look like a heart to you, or like someone called it a butt? It's okay. Whatever you say, it's okay. No punitive damages will come from what you say. If you say it looks like a butt, then it looks like a butt. That's fine. We'll paint a butt wave. Get out here and paint an old butt wave. All right? Now, eventually this water is going to come down and hit, landing upon the ground. Right? And so, all of our little foamy bits will start to change color as they rotate through all these different colors. We're also going to come this way and this way and this way and this way and all the way down, right? Making this little rotated thing. Now, these guys have to connect to that guy somehow, right? So we'll come up here, little touch, and we'll start rolling it down. Now you have to maneuver your brush so these line up each time, almost coming straight from the side, right? It'll help your water look like it's rotating around. What if we just use a very light little bit of paint in there? Oh, yes, right? Now, from the bottom, without adding any extra paint, we're just gonna start going backwards. And you'll see my hand starts looking like it's gonna make this big old circle, right? Except we're not contacting it up here on the top. We're only contacting it down on the bottom. And the closer that we get into the barrel, the more of a wicked round little circular shape we gotta have. So it's rolling up in there. It's getting very steep. Out here it's getting very flat, right? The angle changes the more you get in. It's very flat, and then it gets very vertical, and you start to rotate. Biggest thing you don't want to do, put too much paint in this dark area. It's supposed to be dark for a reason. Okay? Out here, a little bit more paint onto the brush. Just light up this whole little bit of wave. Changing our angles. Little bits, right? Most of the water you should be able to see through. So remember that. When we're painting, we don't have to cover every bit of the dark canvas out there. Let's get a little bit more of the paint on to the old brushery. Say we started coming down here and over there. Maybe this guy, we poked out a little bit more. Just had a different thing coming down. Right, drop it down again, down again, bang. Now it's gonna look like our water is just rounder than you've ever seen before in your life, ladies and gentlemen. That's fantastic. Okay, let's go back up into here. And what if we just threw just the smallest little bit of lightning out into that sky? What do you think? Maybe there was one just mega crack. I can hear it as the waves are crashing down. We can hear the lightning come from the brightest point of our sky, maybe right here. Boop. Touch a little bit of brightness right into that spot, and then very lightly with very small pressure on our knife. It's a very small little lightning bolt. Bang! Off into the distance, right? If you make it too big, it's gonna look like it's way too close. A couple little things. Bink! Little bit of lightning out into the night. Now, a lot of people like the look of a lot of lightning, but when you really think about it, one little swipe over that little guy just to brighten him up. When you really think about it, there's only ever one cracking down at a time, right? Unless we're in Mordor, and that's fake, okay? I mean, it's real to me, but weather conditions on Mordor are not as they are in most paintings, right? And I feel like when you paint too many bits of lightning, it makes your painting look weird. So don't do it. Don't paint too many. Now, let's get over here and mix up a little bit of our darkness. You guys, tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwiches, man? Oh, I was going to say, I'm trying not to get any purple on me, but somehow it's already happened. So, what are the three colors that we need to mix up? And we don't need too much. I'm just going to stop talking. I'll just shut up for the rest of the show. Oh, do you want me to speak? Oh, it's too quiet now. See? No one's ever happy, man. Either I talk too much or it's too quiet. So, let's get in here with that dark black mix. Right? It's a very deep dark mix of our black, crimson, and blue, or black, blue, and crimson, the BBC, as a lot of people should have probably written in the comments. And we're going to kind of sort of connect to our dark separator back here. We haven't spoken a lot about them. So, I'm going to ask you guys to take a guess. How many dark separators, don't you try to look through that hole, how many dark separators are on the painting as of right now? Take a guess. Could be 3, could be 7, could be 10. Write it in the comments right now, and then I'm going to count, and then we'll see who's right. Ooh, okay, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? How many dark separators? And I'm going to tell you what a dark separator is. This is a dark separator, right? Any form of darkness that separates the two bits of light. So right here you got a big one. Right there you got a little small little one, but it is darker than the two bits of clouds, right? So 1, 2, 3, then we got bright, then 4, then we got bright, then 5. It's very faint, but it is there. 5, then we got bright, then 6. This is our next dark little spot. Then, okay, so we said 6. Who said 6 out there in the comments? Anybody? You're going to get a shout out. User 51967 said 6. Burb said 6. Let's see. Jay said 6. Sisa said 6. Mindy S said 6. You guys are awesome. Who's that? Roxana said 6. Amazing, you guys, right? And you just took a guess. You just took a guess. Now, let's connect on to our, if that's 6, our 5th dark separator. And we'll come up underneath here with just a little touch of the corner of our brush, right? Just kind of, and you can see the other bits of the brush are still held together with paint because this is the only side that we're mushing into. And so we get over here and we start mushing. We start going down, and then kaboom! It's gonna come down and skerplosh, just right on the thing. Now you can see I did not follow down and around where my paint was. I chose where I wanted it to come. I chose to put it right there. Bow, right? You get to pick wherever your darkness gets to cover your butt wave, right? Just like you get to pick whatever underwear you wear this morning, whatever. Right? You get to choose. Don't let the wave force you to go down and make this weird shape just to save that bright color. You don't need it. Get back in there, cover up what you think should be dark. Bang, splash. You wanna know all that stuff is? It's just water that's already hit the ground and burst into a billion pieces, right? So, we gotta come back in here and make it look as such, right? A little bit of our dark separator. Get skinnier and skinnier and kind of connect onto that bit of darkness in there. Don't put too much paint on these canvases, guys. I'm telling you. If I ain't done told you what, that actually touched my lip. Whoa, come on. Why you gotta mess around? You're gonna mess around and literally lick the paintbrush. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not, like, sure, I'm stalling because Seascapes don't take a long time. We go pretty quickly, but I didn't mean to actually lick the brush, okay? Hey, it touched my lips. Hello, guys. That says we have an order. Hang on. Just all it took was for me to lick the paintbrush to get an order. Goodness. Hey, baby. Oh, let's. Oh, man. Looking at it in the TV screen, it looks amazing. Holy cow. So, who grabbed this beauty? You guys better come fess up in the comments. Which one of you was it? Thanks, Kaz. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's see. Ba-boom! It was Lynn. Lynn, thank you. I think this is probably Lynn's first Seascape. I don't think she has a Seascape-y painting. Okay. Now, we got to come back and brighten up all of this stuff without licking the brush. That was close again. Okay, a little bit more of our liquid white as we come over here. Just a touch of that liquid white into our titanium white, right? Just to make it more wet, less thick and dry, right? And you're thinking like, what do you mean dry, Josh? Like the paints are obviously wet. Yes, I know they're wet, and if I were to touch it, I would get a piece of wet paint on me, right? But it's almost dry paint. It's got like body to it because it's so condensed, right? I liken it to these two things, okay? If you've ever painted with acrylic paint is very much like mayonnaise. You put it on your palette or your plate or whatever, and it looks like there's a good amount of body to it, like mayonnaise does, until you flatten it out, and it instantly goes flat, right? Oil paint is like icing, to where if you put a glob on there and then you try to flatten it with a knife on a piece of bread, it's not gonna work that well, right? You're gonna really have to mush and push that icing versus that mayonnaise, which will just slide super easily. So that's the way that we liken the paints to food, because Josh is a big fat ass and I love food. That's why I'm always asking you what your favorite sandwich is, isn't it? So let's get a little bit more of our liquid white, because right now we don't have the right amount of mixture for our paint to come off of our brush. Okay, so we have to take a minute, grab a little bit of this stuff out of the jar and put it into our little petri dish. And once we're there, then I'll be able to show you. Boom, boom, boom. You're like, what do you mean petri dish? Like from science class? Yes, exactly right. thank you guys for paying attention for 1 second in science class. I only remember Petri dish because Petri was the little pterodactyl on Land Before Time. Okay, so this little old lid of a liquid white jar is all we use to put our new liquid white in there. That way I don't have to dip a brush full of color into my fresh jar, right? Tainting the entire jar. Now I can just do it to that little bit of paint and no one gets hurt over there, right? Okay, let's get our little paint in here. The liquid white, you can see if it'll drip off. It's much runnier in its consistency. Look at that. It's much different. See the difference between these two? Insane, right? We gotta kind of get the mid-ground in between those guys. So we don't need it to be super wet and we don't need it to be super thick. We gotta have a little mid-ground in between those. And you can tell right there, that's a gorgeous amount right on the brush, right? Right into there on the brush. You can even see it's like leaving a little ridge right at the end of the brush right there. Get that guy. Get over here, little guy. Okay, we're gonna come off of the brush with it angled, not flat to the canvas, not straight on so we can't see it, right? But kind of up a little bit. And we'll start right here with the very smallest of little tappies. Little tappy poos. And the more that we get in, the bigger our little tappy poos get. Now, the more the plaque that we go over, the more the color will change. See how it's bright up here and it's getting shadowier? Perfect, because we want the shadows to roll down along the tip top of that plaque. Just, right? By the time you get down here, nothing matters anymore, man. Just boom! It's like Thumper. Listen. You guys remember from Bambi? No? I'm the only one? Okay. So, even though we just mushed on all those bits of white and literally slapped the brush against the canvas, what have we left in between all those little pieces? You gotta let me know, guys. What can you see in between all those little pieces of brightness? Look at the background, the wall, you guys. Oh, the wall just looks sick. Oh, it's ill. The dark separators, right? The Max separators, as Max said, right? Because he always forgets about them. Little dark places where the paint is not as bright as everywhere else, okay? Now, you need those because when we start to brush it, our paint's going to grow in every direction, okay? Take our little 1-inch brush, let's get over here, start mixing it up very lightly, very softly. See, it instantly grew like an inch that way already. You see the difference between the two. As we come in here, we're not trying to hit every place the same. Right? We don't want it all to look exactly the same. And by the time we get over to this spot, if anything, just barely, as you start climbing up. Don't try to go all the way up here. You're going to mess it up, I swear. If I can't do it, it's going to be hard for you. Not that you can't, but it's going to be hard for you to do it, especially with that big old brush. Come in here with a little bit more of your liquid white and the titanium white. Get our little mix going again. Over here, you don't just want to use liquid white. It's too wet to work, right? Come in there, start smacking them on again. Right? This is our finish right here. So you got to make sure you like what it looks like right in there. Bang! As it's coming down, it's falling, it's crashing. Right? All along the edge, again, with whatever's left on the side of the brush. Smack it like Thumper. Mushing it, pushing it in between all those little spaces over here and over there. Now, even though we just did the exact same thing and mushed on all those little bits of brightness, what have we left in between all those little places? In between them. The in between them. What did we leave? A little dark waterators. You guys know? There you go, Jennifer. Thank you. Dark separators. At least someone's paying attention in class, guys. Thank you. Out here, we're going to start mixing very minimally. Not as much as we did on the first time. We're going to purposely miss spaces, too. Mix it out this way. Maybe leave a spot. This whole area we barely even touched, right? Come in here, a little bit, little touch. Boom. Done. Bow. Skadoosh. Boom. We're done, you guys. Because we've got to come in with a much smaller brush. Right? This is the little guy. Because he's got good flickability, it'll shoot off those little sprays of water just perfectly for us. Now, we don't want to necessarily do it yet because we got to finish up our sand, but keep this little brush handy. Okay, and then we'll come in here with just a little bit of titanium white. You don't necessarily need all of that liquid white, and you can even see as I'm loading the brush by not pulling it into the liquid white. See how the texture is instantly different? Look at that. Just instantly different. This is the thick craziness, okay? We need to come down underneath, maybe our bright spot, underneath our eye, right? All this area should be about the brightest area. But we also need to leave our last little dark separator underneath this guy, right? Leave this underneath here. I'm telling you, if you don't, you're gonna kick your own ass. Bam, 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 bam. Just like that. A little bit of brightness. Now, doesn't that look like sand, guys? You can be honest. Tell me the truth. Does it look like sand? Because we need to do 3 things to it to make it look like sand, okay? So you can be honest at this point. Tell me whether or not you think that looks like a sandy beach. I should see a bunch of no's. I mean, honestly, unless you're just trying to kiss my butt. I should see a bunch of no's. No, right? Doesn't look like sand. I agree, because I told you we gotta do 3 things. First things first, we gotta pull down. Second thing, we have to pull one way or the other way. I'm gonna let you choose which one. Third thing, we have to do the opposite of number 2, okay? So number 1, let's get in here. Let's start pulling down with a lot of pressure and a lot of reps, right? We're smushing into it, we're dragging down, we're pulling down all this color, letting it intermix with all the other undercolors that are under there. Now, doesn't that look like sand? Answer my question. Yes or no answers only, because we've only done 1 of the 3 things needed, okay? So, does that look like sand? And if not, tell me what it does look like, because it does look like a certain thing to me, right? What does it look like to you? Does it look like maybe a waterfall? Or maybe if we flip the canvas upside down, it was up here, it might look like Aurora Borealis, right? What do you think it looks like? Tell me. Tell me, because then I'm going to show you how to make it look better. Looks like a cliff, looks like a reflection. Okay, cool. Waterfall, got it, got it. Looks like a reflection. Excellent, thank you guys. Thank you for the feedback. Looks like an ice or a mirror. That's very cool too. Glasses, okay. A meteor, like a meteor shower. I feel you, I feel you. All right, so now it looks like a puddle. I like that one too. Okay, let's do one or the other, okay? We have to drag it one way or the other way, and then the next step, the opposite, right? So I'm gonna ask you, do we push it away from the wave first, or do we push it towards the wave first? We have to do one, right? You tell me which one. Away, towards. The only 2 words I wanna see in the comments. Away, towards. Which one do we do first? You let me know. We got a bunch of towards, we got some aways, we got some towards, we got some aways. Aways, 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 aways. We got both. Well, of course, both. We have to do both because whichever one we do, we have to do the opposite of the next one, right? So let me show you why we're not going to push it towards the wave first. We've been talking about our dark separators all the time, right? This guy, that guy, darkness, 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 right? So if we were to take, excuse me, thank you. If we were to take our color and push it towards this other color, instantly our darkness and our dark separators can disappear, right? If you push it that way into that color, they're gonna connect and all of a sudden it's all gone. All right, so let's take it and pull it away from the wave, turning all these vertical streaks into horizontal streaks, right? Just basically blending them all the way across. Now you tell me, doesn't that look a whole lot more like sand? Just doesn't it? You can be honest, you can say no, because I don't care. I think it looks a lot more like sand than it did anyway, right? Let me know. What do you think? More? A little bit? Yes, it does, right? You get that wet craziness underneath there, but our dark separator is very large, right? It's bigger than almost any other one in the whole painting, and it needs to be almost the smallest. So that's when, since we pulled away from the wave, now we gotta push towards the wave, starting up here, taking the color and trying to get it as close as we can to the next bit of color, but also leaving that little bit of dark shadow under there. And that shadow is gonna lift that water up off of the sand, right? So now the water's sitting up off the sand and it can easily roll across it. Doesn't that look cool? Just the coolest little thing you can do in just a few minutes, literally. Right out there, this gorgeous thing. Now, let's get a little bit of our white, our liquid white, into our titanium white, so it's the same mixture that we used for all this stuff right here. I'm gonna scrape up a little bit of it onto our knife, just a little roll. You can even see it glistening on the edge, right? Let's say underneath this guy, we're gonna come up here, up there, and do the same exact thing. You can start to kind of scrape in all these little bits of watery deal. Now, you can leave it however you want, right? If you like it like that, leave it like that. If not, come underneath and you can instantly take them away and give yourself this cool little bit of a sheen on your sandy water, right? Just like that. Pulling it down. Now, guys, what are we going to do since we pulled it down, just like we did before? Are we going to pull it this way? Or are we going to push it that way? Which one? Let me know. Right? We pulled down. Now we got to go away or towards. I'm thinking... Anybody? Anybody been paying attention? Connie C, thank you. All you guys, excellent, perfect, right? Now, this stuff, because it's much more wet, remember how it moved much easier when we were up here versus that thick titanium white? It's gonna move a lot easier, okay? So we gotta go gentler, much more gentle. And then we can decide, if we don't like that bit of brightness, you push on a little bit harder and take it away until you do like it, right? That's all it is until you guys like it. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't that look more like sand now? Some wet, oceany beach. Oh, take me there. My goodness. My goodness, you guys, right? We got one more thing to do to make it just look amazing. Doesn't that look a whole lot more like sand than we did when we started, right? Thank you, guys. I love you. Jess says no. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love it. Odie Vega, love ya. M. Calmring. That's a hard name to say, but thank you. I appreciate it. Excellent. Love you guys. Now, watch this. Let's get in here with that liquid white. Just this is the only time that we're allowed to use this liquid white all on its own. Okay? Any other time, it's too wet for our whole painting. Okay? So, I'm just going to get a little bit of it on the edge of the knife. Let's put it way out here. And this is when you're going to want to have something behind your painting or be at an angle where you're not going to get your new wall panels wet. Right? So we're going to go like this and just start blasting all these little bits of paint right inside. Kaboom! Scottish! All those bits. Didn't hit one single wall panel. Yes! Look at all those little sprays. They're coming out of the thing. They're going crazy. Right? You can get up here real tight, real close, and just launch them in real condensed. Or you can back up and let them spray wildly. Get your little sprays dropping all over your sand, too. You can also do the same exact technique out in the sky for some stars. Isn't that amazing? Holy shaving cream, you guys. That is a painting and a half. Ask me, I'll tell you. That's a painting and a half. And we kept the wall panels clean. Pretty sure we kept them clean. Pretty sure. So, man, this one looks cool. Now, you guys, since Lynn purchased it during the live show, she gets to name it. Now, she might already have a name in her brain for the painting, but you could sway her. If you type in the name that you want to have this painting called, right? What would you call it? If you had just paid, if you were me, and you were like, shit, I just painted the most awesomest wave ever, and now I have to name it, right? Something that's going to last for all time, right? What would you call it if it was you? Let us know, and then Lynn might just choose your comment to name the painting. Oh, just helped it 10 miles right there. You guys, get this little bit off the brush. Now, a little old schmackaroo. Nope, we gotta clean it. I figured it might have been good enough just to give it the old whack, which is fun, but sometimes it doesn't do it. Sometimes you just need the real thing, the paint thinner we're talking about, in order to get the paintbrush clean. What did you think I was talking about? Over here and over there, somebody's honking a horn. All right, let's get out of here, clean the brush. You guys start typing in all your comments, suggestions. This big old Pro Series canvas. Oof, what are we gonna name it, man? I like that. That's all I gotta say. Guy out here in our liquid white on our liner brush. Very thin, very small little lines. We're gonna come out here like this and just go caw-caw. Flying in the night. Boom. Let's sign it. Always sign it down on your wave side, you guys. It's something Bob never told me, right? When you're watching it, he doesn't tell you why he signs it in a certain place. Does anyone know why? Why would you want to sign your signature in a certain place on your painting, right? Or kind of by your focal point, at least if it's a wave. Why would you want to do that? You guys are all artists out there. I know it. All you guys are artists out there. I know. You're signing your paintings over there, right? Why would you choose to put your signature on the side with the piece that everything's looking at, right? Does anyone have an answer? Because I've got an answer for you. So you see it when it's framed. Good answer. Good answer. Glitterwix is here. Hey now. Feel the thunder. I like that title. I like that title because of the focal point, right? If I wanted to make a print or a poster of one of my paintings and my signature is over here and the print only goes to this big, I'm going to lose that, or I have to cut into my focal point, right? You put it, especially when you're doing a seascape, underneath this crasher. So if you have to make a print and shrink your painting down and crop it in, at least your signature is still going to be on that side where you have your focal point, right? Just for when you're making your own prints and stuff out there. I know you do it. I use, I don't know if you guys even care of the site that I use printful.com to do my prints and stuff. I love them, and they kind of, it works with all the selling platforms and everything, and really cool. Really cool. There we go. Gorgeous. So, what are we going to come up with for a title for this gorgeous little seascape of a painting that Lynn grabbed during the live show, and we get to have a light party, oh my. A light party with the brand new wall panels? Are you for real? Light party panels, activate. It's gonna be the new thing. It's gonna be light party panels, activate. You guys. My goodness. Okay. Let's see. The thunder rolls. Awesome title. Oop, I threw the pen at it. Awesome title. So, let's get over here. Let's get over there. Now, you guys should be able to shop these awesome panels. Look at how cool that looks. Right? Just to have that on your own wall. It's totally taken my apartment, which I love, by the way. It's not a bad apartment, but it's made it so much more fancy. Oh, it's like a New York high-rise in here now. Woo! God, I can't get over it. I can't stop looking at the panels. So if you want to get your own, you should be able to shop right through my TikTok live right here or somewhere. I don't even know where it is. Where is it on the screen that you get to find my little products things? Oh, there's a little shop button right down at the bottom, right? A little shop button right down here. Boop. And if you hit that, it should show you my cool mouse that I showed you earlier. And these awesome wall panels. If you wanted to spruce up your own studio or filming area, if you're a content creator. Over here. $14.90. What are we calling it again? The shoot. Was it something Thunder Rolls? I'm so sorry, guys. I took too long. I'm sorry. No. It's all right. They'll tell me. They're the best. They're the best. Okay. Yeah, I see the shop symbol. Anybody? Or, Lynn, can you type it in again so we can know the title of the painting? The Thunder Rolls. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so this one was painted on 9/21/2023. We're all going to go to PaintWithJosh.com. Because beyond TikTok.com, PaintWithJosh is like at least in the top 5 of all websites on the interweb. Right? PaintWithJosh.com. Boom, guys! Look at this gorgeous blue, purple, and pink. Just magnificent. You guys, all right. Here comes your flash warning. Okay, I'm going to clean up the last of my palette while I tell you that we're going to have some flashy lights going off in the studio here. So if you need or require a flash warning, this is it, right? We're going to have some craziness happen. It's going to happen for about 10 to 20 seconds. And I will audibly tell you with my voice that it is okay to turn around and look again before you look, right? So you don't have to count it out. You don't have to 1, 2 on your feet. No, I'll tell you when it's okay to look again when we got the lights back to normal. But for anybody else, get ready for a light party coming in 3, 2, 1, and boom! Light party! Wow! Look at that thing. Holy cow. Oh, Randy, did I say 2023? Randy, me and you are going to have a conversation, so don't leave. Randy, please, okay? Randy, don't leave. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you, my friend. Randy. Okay, the light party is now concluded. How awesome did the panels look in the background? So, Randy, let me flip the camera around. Some of the times I'm dyslexic, but also ADHD, ADD, all the other things known to mankind. Look at those wall panels, you guys. Holy cow. So, some of the times I will forget, right? Or I'll mix my words up. It's Murphy's Law. You know Murphy's Law, right, Randy? That law that says, like, if it can happen, it will happen, right? Like if I'm going to be carrying my groceries up the stairs, the bag's going to break on that last step. Couldn't have waited until I got to the top. It's that last step, and then they're all going to roll down, right? You know Murphy's Law. Everybody knows Murphy's Law. Right? Randy, did you leave me? Randy, don't leave me, man. Don't leave me hanging, Randy. Right? I got right. So you know Murphy's Law. Do you know of another law written by this guy? It's much less well known, so it's okay if you've never heard of it before. I'll tell you about it. I tell everybody about it. It's my favorite part of my show is telling people about this guy named Cole. Obviously his last name, nobody knows his first name. Unknown, right? But this guy named Cole, who also wrote a law like Murphy's Law. Do you know of his law? And if not, then I can tell you about it. We just need a yes or no answer in the comments. And that's it, literally. Me and Randy having a conversation. Randy. Katharina, have you not heard about it either? Randy, where are you at, Randy? It's just me and Randy talking right now. You guys haven't heard of this guy named Cole. All right, well, if Randy ditched us, let me get all 6 of you with what Cole's Law is. It's like cabbage and mayonnaise and carrots. I'm sure some people put onions in there. It's disgusting shit. You can find it at KFC. Every local backyard barbecue has coleslaw. It's gross. Don't ask me. I don't like the stuff. But whatever, man. You guys have never heard of Cole's Law, though? Really? Never heard of coleslaw? I figured everybody knew about coleslaw. No? No way. Oh, that. She says. Okay, raise your hand if I honestly got you. That's not funny. He says, if I honestly got you, put a little hand emoji up. Come on, fess up to it. You got coleslaw, okay? How many people did we get today? Raise your hand if I got you. It must be more than 3. Guarantee. There's 1. There's 2. Cosmic, I didn't get you, you fibber. Never get tired of the joke. There's another one. Got me, says Crystal. See, we got like 5 or 6 people tonight. Yes, with the coleslaw joke. So yeah, next time you come into my show and you hear me doing the coleslaw bit, don't say coleslaw in the comments. Fuck it up for everybody, right? Let the joke play out. Let us get people, because then it becomes more fun for the rest of the audience. And, don't ruin the punchline, right? So the next time that we do the coleslaw joke, everybody just shh, and we'll see how many people we can get, right? So let's get our spinny winny wheel out. Since Lynn bought the painting during the live show, she qualifies for the spinny wheel. And that'll give her a cool little gift. She's been hot on the candles on the wheel recently, so we'll see if she can't get something else for this spin. This is the Spinny Winny Wheel by Paint with Josh right here in the center, as you can see. It likes to dole out free gifts for purchasers of Paint with Josh paintings. So if you buy a painting during the live show that's over a certain amount of money, qualifies for the Spinny Winny Wheel. And then whatever it lands on, you get to keep. Here you go, Lynn. Hey, extra Paint with Josh stickers. I think that's the very first time that we landed on some extra Paint with Josh stickers. This guy's about to fall out, too. Do a check. Right next to the grand prize, close but no cigar. Paint with Josh stickers, man. And Lynn's gonna love them, you guys. Boom. Thank you, Cosmic. Super fast. Just like instantly. Man, I love this painting. Just love it. A couple little taps to kind of ease that color into the water. See, a couple little bits. Little things. You do it with your finger. You do it with your finger. Boop. Little boops. So, you guys are awesome. We're all going to go watch the Glitterwick show. You can get this dude, I don't know who he is. Some people say I look like him. Hang on. Do I look? I don't think I do. I don't think I look like him. But you can get these in my store if you want to just be like, look at this idiot that I follow on TikTok. And every time you take a picture, you have to do the thing, right? All my mods have them. It's fine. But beyond that, you guys are amazing. We'll wait for Glitterwix to get ready and go. And we should showcase them, right? All my mods have them. It's fine. But beyond that, you guys are amazing. We'll wait for Glitterwix to get ready and go. And we should showcase the mouse a little bit more, right? This thing is wicked awesome. Look at this guy. You can change the color patterns with one click of the button, right? So you click and it'll change. This is the red, and it's just like flashing in between all the colors, right? You can go in between different little lighting patterns just by clicking the button on the side. I like it. You can go, and it'll be solid color too if you want just solid colors that way. I like it like that. Oh, that's how it comes like pictured. So I like it. I don't know what this does either, but it gives me great joy in like fidgeting with it. Don't ask. Don't ask, guys. So beyond that, I'm pretty sure you can find that mouse and the wall panels right through the live right here and shop, be able to find the shoppable link straight through the live. And if not, I just put out a video of me installing all these wall panels back here. Don't they look amazing? Look at that shit. Oh, I usually don't swear on my live shows, but holy shit. Look at those things. Wow. Just wow. God. Man alive. Dude, they have keyboards like that too. I was looking through. There's so much stuff on TikTok Shop, you guys. You literally, it's my one black hole where I'll just get sucked down into TikTok Shop and end up with, I don't even want to show you, with these pants, right? Got them off TikTok Shop. My little pockets. Hey, right? They're just like little windbreakery pants. I don't know. I saw them on the shop. I liked them, right? It was cool. It was cool. We did the light show, but if we want, we can do one quick one. We got 8 minutes until Glitterwix starts anyway, so we can do a quick light party right now with the whole wall. Is that what you want to see? If so, here comes your flash warning. We're going to do a light party for about 10 to 15 seconds. Starting in about 5 seconds, I will audibly tell you it's okay to turn around and look when we're done. Okay? 3, 2, 1, light party! Boom! Look at that thing. Holy shaving cream. Guys. Dude, look at this whole place. So cool. I can't even stop looking at them my own self. And they're on my wall. And I'm like looking into the screen, looking at them. All right, the light party's now concluded. If you're flash sensitive, you can look back with no worries. We're back here. Isn't that the neatest though? And then we can always change the color of our backlighting. This is what's fun down here. Right? Let's come in here and go like, you can do it light blue. How's that look in the blue? Looks kind of cool. Change it to whatever color we want. Purple on purple, go yellow. Bluish, ooh, that might look really cool with the dark blue. And the problem is you get all these lights that are on the top too. You gotta find the color that's in between and bright enough. So we go with the purple on the bottom and then the red, and then that turns into this really neat, like pinkish purpley color that we use. Just need some music. The dark blue looks cool, right? It does, if I don't have those guys on. But I could always change those guys too and bring it down to a darker blue, much deeper, darker tone in here, right? Deeper, darker, that's what we're about. Dang. Luckily, we got all these little light switches. They're like on sliding bars, so you have to mark where the good one is, otherwise you forget about it, right? Ow! Meow! Fuck, I can't believe these things came out so dope. This is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Love this. Let me kiss it. Right there, right? The wall took 3 times as long to do versus this painting, and it just came out so great. I can't stop looking at it. Just can't stop looking at it. I'm ready. You ready, London? All right, guys, so Glitter Mix is ready to go. Make sure we head right over here to this stream, right? You can even just like click on it right now. Just hop over to their show, and it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, Lynn, I'll hold them. Just let me know, and I'll hold them. So, you guys, I can't wait to come back. We'll do it again when they get finished in about an hour. So until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day, and mwah!